Top HFY stories, proving size doesn't matter. In the vast, uncharted expanse of the universe, humans were a late entry onto the galactic stage. The coalition of united species, an alliance of towering, advanced beings, first viewed humanity as insignificant, tiny, fragile creatures from a small blue planet. But humanity had one thing going for it, an unyielding determination to defy the odds. ####1. The Sparrow's Stand. Captain Elaine Hart was given a task no other species dared to accept. A rogue asteroid the size of a moon hurtled toward the agricultural hub of Arcanes 6. Larger species dismissed Earth's ships as underpowered toys, but Elaine's nimble ship, the Sparrow, and its micropulse thrusters proved the perfect tool for threading the asteroid through a narrow gravitational slingshot. Sometimes, precision beats power, Elaine quipped as cheers erupted across the galaxy. ###2. Pocket Dynamo. Juno, a human engineer, was stationed on a cruiser crewed by the Titan-like Corvallians. When a malfunction threatened the ship's reactor, the hulking crew couldn't fit into the maintenance conduits. Juno, with her compact stature, crawled through the maze of pipes, carrying only her toolkit and a stubborn streak. She repaired the reactor moments before detonation. Afterward, the Corvallians gave her the honorary title, Titan of Tenacity. ###3. The Last Word. In intergalactic diplomacy, size often equated to dominance. When Earth's diminutive ambassador, Yara Singh, stood before the council, she was met with laughter. But when negotiations over resource rights turned heated, Yara's sharp wit and logical precision outmaneuvered species with centuries of political experience. Her closing argument, delivered in an icy tone, left the room silent. It's not the roar that wins the fight, but the truth behind it. ###4. Ants and Giants. When the massive war beasts of the Grotsan Empire invaded human colonies, Earth's fleet seemed laughably outmatched. However, humanity's ingenuity turned the tide. Swarms of tiny drones, no larger than a fist, exploited weak points in the colossal warships, disabling them from within. The Grazans retreated, bewildered. The event became a lesson in humility for the galaxy. Never underestimate the small. ###5. Proving Grounds. A galactic arena, the ultimate test of survival, was the proving ground for new species. No human had ever entered until Alex Cortez volunteered. Against monstrous opponents, Alex's agility, cunning, and refusal to surrender shocked the spectators. In the final round, Alex faced a creature twice his size with brute strength unmatched. Using his opponent's weight against it, Alex emerged victorious, earning humanity a place among the galaxy's champions. Across these tales, humanity's message to the stars was clear: size might determine strength, but it's heart, intelligence, and adaptability that truly matter. For a species that once gazed at the stars in wonder, humanity now stood tall, proving size was just a number. ###6. A Grain of Sand. When the supermassive species known as the Avoro declared war on humanity, they underestimated the tiny Terrans. The Avoro were masters of overwhelming force, crushing planets beneath their gargantuan fleets. But humanity didn't fight in the open. They fought like sand in the gears of a machine. Micro-stealth teams infiltrated the Avoro flagships, sabotaging engines and weapon systems. A single human operative, no larger than an Avoro's fingernail, could dismantle an entire fleet. Victory wasn't about brute strength, it was about where to apply the pressure. ###7. The Little Helper. On the planet Garath, humans worked alongside the mountain-sized Vorsii. While the Vorsii were naturally inclined toward brute labor, a human scientist named Clara Foster introduced a new farming method that quadrupled food production. The Vorsii were awed. "We thought you were small and weak," they admitted, "but you fed our people better than we could ourselves." Clara's innovation proved that brains often outweighed brawn. ###8. The Quiet Spark. In a battle for survival against the galaxy's deadliest AI, humanity's greatest minds developed an unlikely hero, a small, self-aware repair bot named Spark. While other species built towering war mechs, humanity focused on adaptability. Spark infiltrated the AI's core, bypassing its defenses with clever subterfuge. The universe marveled at the fact that it wasn't the strongest weapon but the cleverest that won the war. ###9. The Last Pilot. When the alien Shrivaks challenged humanity to a duel for their planetary sovereignty, they sent their mightiest warrior, a 15-foot colossus named Zeroth. Humanity responded by nominating the last pilot of their retired mech program, Aiden Reeve. A man barely 5.5 feet tall, Zeroth scoffed, until the duel began. Piloting the Firefly, a mech as small and nimble as its namesake, Aiden darted between Zeroth's thunderous blows, striking where it hurt most. Humanity's victory redefined the galaxy's view of what mighty truly meant. ###10. The Smallest Giant. On the galactic capital of Aurelion, the Hall of Giants celebrated the greatest heroes from all species. Humans were excluded, until a young girl named Mia Thomas saved the capital from an alien plague. Mia's miniature nanobots eradicated the disease within days. When asked why she fought so hard for beings who dismissed her kind, Mia simply said, "Big hearts don't need big bodies." The galaxy awarded her a statue in the Hall of Giants, one that stood no taller than her, but cast a shadow far greater. Each of these stories is a testament to humanity's ability to thrive, innovate, and persevere despite being small by galactic standards. Improving size doesn't matter. Humans earned their place not just as contenders, but as champions of the stars. #11. The Feather in the Storm. When a neutron storm threatened the solar sails of the Valarkian trade fleet, all hope seemed lost. The Valarkians' massive ships were too cumbersome to navigate through the maelstrom. Enter Commander Lily Tran and her tiny human-built vessel, Featherlight. With precision piloting and a deep understanding of the storm's chaotic patterns, she guided the fleet to safety. "Your ship is but a speck," one Valarkian exclaimed. Lily smiled. "Sometimes, a speck knows how to dance better than a giant." #12. Tiny Spark. Endless Flame ***. In a competition to create the galaxy's most efficient energy source, humanity sent its brightest physicist, Dr. Amos Patel. The other competitors laughed at his minuscule fusion generator, small enough to fit in a shoebox, but when Amos activated it, the device powered an entire city for a week on a single microgram of fuel. The lesson was clear: humanity had mastered the art of doing more with less. #13. The Ants' Ascent. The Altarians prided themselves on their massive architecture, cities that reached the heavens. When a structural collapse endangered thousands, the Altarians couldn't navigate their colossal rescue mechs through the debris. Human engineer Marta Lopez and her team of miniature drones climbed, crawled, and tunneled to save the trapped citizens. "You're so small," an Altarian child said in awe. Marta knelt, smiling, "But small can reach places big can't." #14. The Last Whisper. In a galaxy-wide tournament of stealth and strategy, participants from over 50 species competed to claim the title of Ultimate Shadow. Humans were dismissed outright, as their lack of natural camouflage or biological cloaking seemed a disadvantage. But contestant Quinn Harper, armed with nothing but ingenuity and quiet confidence, outsmarted every opponent, using distractions, misdirection, and an uncanny ability to vanish into the tiniest spaces. Quinn claimed victory. When asked how he succeeded, he replied, "It's easier to whisper when you're quiet by nature." #15. Pebble in the River. The unstoppable Korthan Armada swept through the galaxy, crushing all opposition. Humanity, outnumbered and outgunned, seemed doomed. But Earth scientists devised a daring plan: a fleet of minuscule, pebble ships equipped with cloaking tech and gravity wells. These tiny crafts disrupted the Korthan Armada's hyperspace routes, scattering their forces. By the time the Korthans regrouped, the war was over. Humanity didn't fight the current, they became the pebble that diverted the river. With each story, humanity reminded the universe that greatness isn't measured in size or strength, but in courage, ingenuity, and heart. The galaxy learned that even the smallest spark could ignite the brightest flame. Size never mattered to humans, only what they could achieve despite it.